Now you're probably expecting me to take on this gym with Alakazam because Psybeam absolutely murders everything in here, since as I said there's no Misdreavus in sight. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use Quilava for a very good reason, and that is that, well, Alakazam and Gengar have already reached a certain power level with their moves that Quilava just hasn't reached yet. Not only does it have to evolve once more unlike the other two, but look at this, I'm still stuck with Ember at level 30! Now, of course, I have Fire Blast, but it's more of a panic button than anything else. I'm going to use it on the hunters I meet, and there are probably going to be a few of them, but for the Ghastlies, I'm going to settle for Ember. And yes, it's really odd that I'm still using Ember at level 30. Thankfully, it learns Flame Wheel at level 31, and that is really not far away. So that's another reason why I want to use Quilava, because I want it to learn Flame Wheel, so at least it can do some catch-up job compared to the other two. It's odd how I'm talking about a catch-up job when it's got a lead of a few levels over Alakazam and Gengar, but as I said, it still has to evolve once more, and it won't do so until level 36. Silly me, why did I pick Cyndaquil? I could have picked the Snack Wrapper, and it would have already evolved twice, maybe 3 times already. I don't know, no one ever used it, but it's certainly better than what I have now. And finally, these are Ember's last seconds on my Quilava. I learned it really early, like level 12. It's funny, you know, at level 12 I was all like, yes, Ember, finally! And at level 30, I'm still stuck with Ember? When do I get anything better? Well, there we go. Quilava forgot Ember and learned Flame Wheel with 20 more power for a total of 60. And I can also thaw myself out if I ever get frozen, though I don't expect that to happen too much because Ice Beam and Blizzard really aren't that common among in-game trainers. So right now, Flame Wheel is going to be my move of choice on Quilava, but when it evolves into Typhlosion, I'm going to give it the Fire Punch TM, which is going to be another major improvement. As for Flamethrower, well, there's no Flamethrower TM this generation. Sadly, there's just a move tutor that's available only after the Elite Four. But yeah, I'm gonna have to settle for Fire Punch and Fire Blast, which thankfully is available. Well, Typhlosion does learn Flamethrower by level up, but unfortunately, it comes at level 60. It will have been long retired by the time my party reaches level 60, so that is out of the question. Now, I may be giving you the impression that I regret picking Cyndaquil at the beginning. I don't. I know that if I could pick the Snack Wrapper, I would have done so, but since I couldn't, I had to settle for the next best choice. I mean, look at Chikorita. Okay, yeah, she's the one who gives you the hint about the invisible floor. And it's that the path is right before their eyes. Yeah, I remembered it verbatim. So, yeah, this is the key to solving this gym. You just gotta walk in front of those guys, then get away from them, then up again. That is the basic principle behind this puzzle. Now, one thing I don't understand, though, is that if you fall off, you fall at the entrance. You don't fall into a pit or anything like in gyms like Suitopolis, for example, where you drop to a lower level. You actually drop into the pit, and you actually end up at the same height you started at. So, how does that make any sense? Well, okay, since this gym is all about spirits and stuff, I'm going to just assume it's magic and leave it at that. Then again, many of the Pokemon's abilities don't make any sense. They are probably magic as well, so I'm not gonna question it anymore. It's not anywhere near as stupid as the swarms of gnats from Diablo 2. Oh no, there is a long way to go to match the sheer stupidity of those swarms. But as I was about to say, Look at the alternatives to Cyndaquil. Chikorita learns Razor Leaf at level 8, but as I've already said earlier, it doesn't learn anything better until the Erika's gym, the Celadon gym, where she gives you the Giga Drain TM. Now Giga Drain is undoubtedly better than Razor Leaf, even though Razor Leaf has the high critical chance, which sadly is not nearly as high as it was in the first generation. But yeah, it's also got 95 accuracy and only 55 power. That's 5 less power, 5 less accuracy. So yeah, you can say that that Chikorita learns its best move at the Celadon gym after the Elite Four, when you might actually need it. So right now with Flame Wheel on my Quilava, I'm doing about as good as Chikorita with Razor Leaf, and I'm only going to keep on improving with Fire Punch, and I've also got Fire Blast in reserve for when I need it, and if I really wanted to level it to level 60, there would be Flamethrower as well. So Chikorita is being completely outdone from the point where I learned Flame Wheel onwards. Now as for Totodile, you know, it's learning Surf very soon, or it would rather if I picked it. So in terms of getting some serious power early, it's actually the best of the three. But the thing is, as I've already said, there are so many good water types to choose from that it's just not in my plans. I'm already planning on using Lapras and Suicune. There's no room for a third water type. So now I am talking to Morty, so the battle should be beginning anytime now. Oh, but no. Before that, we've got to learn some things about who, things that we already know anyway, so boring, boring. Oh man, stop talking. I just want to fight you and give me the badge. Well, at least the battle should be quick since I switched to Alakazam as my lead. Psybeam should easily eradicate everything, though it doesn't have that much of a level advantage over Gengar, so maybe Gengar could get a lick in if its speed is really good. And I don't know what attacks those Pokemon have, especially not Gengar, but Shadow Ball, I'm not too worried, though it's weak attack with stab versus weak defenses, so it would be a rather interesting matchup. Well, there we go. The battle finally begins, and it's going to be a Ghastly first. The guy's got 1 Ghastly, 2 Hunters, and 1 Gengar. So we're going to begin with that Ghastly that all of my team should easily take care of because, well, it's got Zilch for defenses. And next should normally be one of the 2 Hunters. Here we go. So naturally I'm going to use another Psybeam for another easy one-hit KO, and Morty has talked for so long before the battle that even if I finish this battle on time, his post-battle speech will probably carry me past my 10-minute limit. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to cut the speech in half and put the rest in the next video if that happens. Gengar now! Is a Psybeam going to be enough? Probably, and since I attack first, I shouldn't expect anything from it. There we go. It's a bit surprising that Gengar didn't go at the end. Usually, gym leaders send out their head honcho at the end, though there are exceptions. When I fight Bertha, I often see her Hippowdon pretty early in the battle, which is a good strategic choice, as her entire team is immune to Sandstorm, and some even get the special defense boost. Okay, and the last Hunter, which is, as I said, a major anticlimax, goes down, and so does Morty as well. So if you will please just stop talking and give me the badge. Thank you very, very much. That's what I came here for, not your stupid stories about food. And as usual, I'm going to get a TM as a reward. This one I think is Shadow Ball. Now, I'm not gonna use it because, well, Gengar has such crummy physical attack, and it was a physical move back then that it's just not worth it, even if there's stab on the move. And as I said, Morty has talked for too long, so I'm gonna have to cut this video right here.